Hi, we are Talentcruit AI. This is our login page for our project. So you can see there's an email address and password portion. As we don't have an account, let's create one first.
Here, you need to first enter your full name. So we'll just create a test name. It's just a sample name. Then we'll create a test email. And then we can create a password. So for the time being, just create a simple password. Then what we can do is we can create an account. And you get an alert here, which says registration is successful and please proceed to the login page. So we'll follow that. Then you go back to the login page, and here you can just write the email and the password.
So this is the first form page. This is where the user will fill up details according to the question. So he will first do his years of experience. In this case, he will have 2 years of experience. His salary expectation will be at 40K. And this user would have completed 3 projects. His highest education will be a BSc. Yep. And he has no certifications as of now. And he's applying for this software engineer role. And now his skills will be Python and I guess JS maybe. Yeah. And then he will upload his resume. And after that, he will submit it. Now the backend system is evaluating the results, and the results are shown as follows.
So we mainly have two parameters to judge the inputs provided by the candidate. Here we can see the ML algorithm score, and the candidate was graded 44 out of 100. So what's actually happening here is that the information provided in the form of MCQs, were matched against a set of parameters that were previously trained by our ML model, and based on the input given, we were able to give a score of 44 out of 100. And now we can see the analysis prompt for the resume. So what we are doing here is we are converting the input resume into a text format, as you can see here. This is mainly for testing purpose to see if our parsing methodology works properly. So as you can see, all the information has been converted to text properly, and this input prompt is being sent to ChatGPT model, and then we get the score from ChatGPT's open API, and as you can see, this it gives a score of 75 out of 100. Now the user might be thinking why he was given this score, which is why we also added a SWOT analysis section. So what's happening here is we have strengths, and and we get to see the strengths of the candidate, what was good about the resume. Then we see the potential weakness and opportunities along with some improvements. So this should be giving the job applicant some reasonable understanding of where they stand in the job market and what they can do to improve and work further on the resume. This is something unique about Talentcruit AI, as this feature is usually not provided by other job application platforms where the candidate sometimes seems stranded after applying for jobs, where they don't seem to understand what is going wrong, or they don't seem to have any sense of transparency, which is what is being provided by Talentcruit AI. Now we can continue to the coding assessment.
The coding assessment follows the same structure as a lead code question would follow. And mainly the questions will be tested on the language of Python. And the coding interface follows exactly like VS Code for familiarity purposes. So the applicant's target will be to solve the question and pass all the test cases. So he'll be doing this simple two sum question.
So we've actually solved this question before, and we just use this prompt. And as you can see, when you click run, it passes all the 20 cases. Let's go to the next question, and we'll just try to run the code without any input, and it just tells you 0 out of the 20 test cases were passed. Now, the main feature here is we're using something called Code Mirror to sort of mimic the VS Code platform, and this should be really helpful for most job applicants as they should be familiar with VS Code. For now, we'll be only providing Python as the only language to write the code in, and we will not be we will not be revealing what the test case is that's not being cleared. So that's up to the candidate to figure out what's going wrong in the code. And we have given two inputs to sort of understand what the question is, and this is exactly lead code style. So for now, we just leave this question blank. And we also have the option to reset the code. So suppose the candidate has typed something that isn't exactly what they intended to, they can just click reset. So we just this out here. Click reset, and you get back to original code. So we've split our assessment into one easy question and two medium questions. As you can see, this is a medium question. This is an easy question. And this is finally the fourth and final question, and it's a lead code hard. So we'll just be solving this question. So we have the code for that already, and I'll just paste this here. And once you click submit assessment, you'll come back to this page. And now we can log out.
Now the user will re-log in to see how he has performed in this whole, whole application process. Now, as we can see, this user, while his resume analysis had good scores, his ML scores were decent, his coding score was quite low, and his overall score was not enough to be selected or even waitlisted. So his final status is shown as rejected, and it shows his whole summary of his feedback and his whole breakdown.
So what we've done here is we've given weightage for each score. So we've given 20% weightage for the form filled, 40% weightage for the resume, and 40% for the coding assessment. And we've calculated the scores accordingly. And as you can see, we've kept the cutout as 60% to clear the initial stage. So once, in case the candidate has scored 61 points, then they will be put in the waitlist category, and it will be up to the HR to decide whether to accept or reject the candidate based on this detailed feedback, which will be shown in the HR dashboard that is still currently a work in progress. So we can show you a few sample. Log in again. As you can see, this candidate has been placed in the waitlist, and it would take some time for the HR to decide whether this candidate should be selected or not.
For this section of the video, we'll be focusing on the HR dashboard we have created to manage applicants. For our demonstration, we'll be using this candidate who is named Jackson West. As of now, his application status is reflected as waitlist and his interview status is shown as not scheduled. We will change this. Now this is our admin panel. Once we log in, we'll be greeted with this menu. This dashboard shows a summary of all the application statistics, which ranges from the total applicants all the way to the number of scheduled interviews. Right below shows the upcoming interviews. These interviews are sorted according to earliest date on top and latest below. So to manage our applicants, we'll go to the applicants menu. Here we can see all the details starting from their name, their job role, whether they have completed the resume and coding assignments and their scores, and their current status, which this status can be changed. And their AI feedback can also be seen by clicking on view. Now we'll be seeing our candidate Jackson West. Firstly, we'll be scheduling a interview slot for him. As of now, we can see scheduled interview is shown as not scheduled. So we click on the schedule button and we will schedule the interview on this date, and we'll go with this time and press save. Here we can see that his new time is here. So green is indicated that the date has not been passed yet, while red shows that the date has been passed. Now, upon scheduling his interview, let's go back to his results page. Once we refresh, we can see the new date has been reflected here. Now, finally, now that we have scheduled Jackson's interview, when we go to our dashboard and under the upcoming interview section, we can see his new interview time has been scheduled and is reflecting here. Now, similarly, we can change. Let's assume that his interview has been completed and he has done well in his interview and has been selected. So we will be updating his application status. Back to this menu, we will find his name Jackson West and we will press accept here. And we can see that this has been changed to accepted. So similarly, let's go back to his candidate page and refresh. And now he is accepted. So this is the demonstration of our admin panel.